One of the most difficult things to experience in life is the feeling of rejection. Rejection from a person that you wanted to spend more time with. Rejection from a job that you really wanted. Rejection from the world, as they didn't buy into the business that you just began, or they didn't choose to engage with your new YouTube channel. It's really painful. We take it to mean something about us, and to an extent it does. And often it's this pain that drives us to a journey of self-improvement, a personal growth expedition, a spiritual awakening, whatever buzzwords you want to use. I personally see it as all the same thing. We've come to realize that the way we are in this world and how it works around us, it's not as dead set and limited as we once might have thought. And so we begin a new journey, a journey where we create our own reality, where we harness our energy and we think that we can overcome it all. So we start taking cold showers, we start going for, exercise at all hours of the morning, we read a gazillion books, we listen to all of the top podcasts, and we start telling people that we're entrepreneurs and whatever other things come with the typical self-improvement person. I'm not saying any of this is bad, but there is a problem that I ran into and a lot of people run into. And I think it's part of the journey. So I don't think that it's a bad thing, but it's something to be aware of. And I imagine anyone watching this video is probably at this stage where they're coming to this realization themselves. My intention here is to just offer a little bit of insight from my experience, having gone through various trials and tribulations over the past 7 or 8 years. Realizing I wasn't happy with my life, and then I tried to make changes and then found again that I wasn't happy with the changes that I had made. And it's this pitfall or this trap that we fall into. And it's thinking that the self-improvement things like meditating or whatever it is that you're doing are going to make your life magically better. And those things can all be helpful, but fundamentally, the thing that's going to make your life better is not the habits that you do. And it's not the things that you do, but it's the way that you do those things. When you improve your life, it doesn't just get easy all of a sudden. And it's not that you just get a bunch of money or your health goes through the roof because you're just spending so much time doing nourishing practices and activities and eating the best foods. It's more so that you're preparing yourself to deal with the bullshit that life is inevitably going to throw at you. Whether you're on a self-improvement journey or not, you are going to be by life way more often than you would like. That's a good thing. It's good to be thrown around, and it's good to be let down, and it's good to be excited and to achieve goals that you'd set out for yourself. But just because you're doing all of the right things doesn't mean that life is just going to be easy for you. At the beginning of the video, I said that the hardest thing that we often go through as humans is rejection. The very thing that awakens us, that gets us on this journey toward a new life for ourselves, is the realization that we don't want to feel that anymore. But it's not really that we don't want to feel it, it's just we don't want to feel the way that we feel about it. Because the feeling comes up, the feeling of sadness or whatever comes up. But that's not the problem. The problem is how we relate to that sadness. A lot of people, when they get on a self-improvement journey, myself included, the thought process is, oh, I'm going to improve and therefore I won't feel sad anymore. Well, that's actually not quite how it works. But by improving, so to speak, I improve my capability and my capacity to hold sadness, because sadness is going to happen. I'm going to get slapped in the face whether I like it or not. But my response to being slapped in the face will be different if I've taken the time to cultivate that discipline within myself. If I can have a little bit of space between being punched and my reaction or response to the punch, that is all the difference between perpetuating the agony and simply allowing it to dissolve. It'll still be uncomfortable either way. But one of them, the pain fades rather than turning into suffering, Because suffering is when we take the thing and we don't let go of it. And you might say, I'm not holding on to my sadness. Well, if you're rejecting your sadness and trying to push it away, you are, in a sense, holding on to it because you're giving it so much attention. And yes, you might think, well, I'm giving it attention from the perspective of like, I want to get rid of it. But attention is attention. Where we put our attention is what magnifies in our life. So if you see the sadness as a problem, we magnify it. Whereas if you just see the sadness as a normal thing that happens, you know, do you give as much attention to the rain or the sun when it's out? No, you just see it and it's like, oh, the weather's doing its thing. Well, when sadness comes up or when anger comes up, it's just doing its thing. You're just humaning. Congratulations, you're doing a great job at being a human. Self-improvement, meditating, spiritual exercises and practices, they're not designed to eradicate sadness or any of these things from our lives, but they're just there to allow us to human better so that we can feel these things. And it's when you feel these things that you release them, and the judgment goes with that. And so when you stop judging these things, funnily enough, they don't happen as often, but even when they do happen, it doesn't matter because you're aware that it's only a matter of time before they fade away and something else comes to take their place. And what will it be next? Maybe it's happiness, maybe it's gratitude, maybe it's envy. Oof. Envy, that's a tough one, but it's normal. You know, envy only shows me what it is I want for myself. If I see somebody with a nice house and a fancy car, and I think to myself, oh, they probably were dishonest as they gathered those assets. Really what I'm saying is, I'd love assets like that. I'd love a nice car. I'd love a bigger house. And that's okay. I'm not a bad person for wanting those things. The thoughts that we have that we try to squash with self-improvement, they're not even our thoughts. They just come through the vessel of our body. And we think, oh no, oh, that's me. I thought that. So I'm a murderer. We all think about murdering people from time to time. It's not like you're gonna murder someone just because you had the thought. Don't pay so much attention to the things that you think. Don't give so much attention to it. Don't give so much value to it. It's all just happening. And life is just happening. So ride the wave. And when it tosses you into the ocean and you're spinning around for ages trying to find the surface, just surrender to it. You'll get there. Thanks for tuning into this video. It's just a spontaneous one. I felt like I had something to say, so I've said it. There's a free meditation in the description for confidence and empowerment. I've recorded the voiceover. It's free. A lot of people have found value in it. You might like it too. And also, if you want, there's a paid meditation bundle down there. You can click the link. I produced all of the music and I produced the meditations myself. And people have been enjoying them. You might enjoy it too. Check it out. Don't check it out. Either way, have a great day.